Okay, we're here. We're here. We're back. It's Friday. This is 4 o'clock funnies. I'm Jane Condon. I want to introduce you to Catherine Rose, who runs this platform. It's called Wise Her, and they're helping everybody these days. A lot of first responders. She has life coaches who talk to women and other people about business, life, and career. Anyway, she's doing a lot of good, helping a lot of people because they're pretty stressed out there. So thank you, Catherine. Applause for Catherine. Thank you. And she runs our tech like we would never get through this. And she's our audience. She's totally our audience. You will hear a disemboweled laugh at some point.
You'll hear me laughing, yes.
Felicia. And that, okay. So then we also have Kelly McFarland. Oh, she just went up to her. Okay, she went up to Catherine's place, but it won't look like that when it comes. It doesn't matter. Okay, listen, I got a lot of blondes on the show. We're still waiting for Christine Hurley, although we love our Kelly McFarland, who may burst into song at any moment. There she is. Know. There's Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hi, honey. I was just out in the pouring rain, so this is what we all get today.
I have to say, yesterday was better. I already told Felicia we do a lot of hair shit. And then this. Hi, what were you doing out in the rain?
I had to go do prescription pickups and groceries for my folks.
Oh yeah.
So we went down. Took care of that. Went down there, and then of course I had to do social distancing. I was in the garage. They were trying to hear me from their kitchen. And then I was too late, so I jumped in the car and came home. So here I am.
You made it. Okay. And then we have Kathy Ferris below me in her beautiful library. And then we have a special guest today who's almost blonde. Anyway, but her hair looks fantastic. Whatever. It's poofy. It's got color. It's all good. This is my friend Felicia Madison, a New York comic, and she was just in the New York Times this week, which is wonderful. Yeah, there was one comedy story. This was it. Felicia was the opening. Oh dear, with my books, you can't. Okay.
That's about as impressive as that article was.
It is hard. Let me just see how's that? Can you see it? No.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, it says stand-up scrambles to survive. No one in live comedy is thrilled about moving shows online. Do you want to say your line or shall I? It's a great line.
I said performing stand-up without an audience is like having sex without an orgasm.
Exactly.
But they didn't put my punchline in, which was like, so why am I doing it? And I said the same reason I have sex with my husband. A girl's got to make a living.
Very good, very good. And she also wrangles people. She's the talent booker at West Side Comedy Club, and she's been around. Yeah, you do Gotham a lot, I know. And when did we first meet? Like about 6 years ago, 8 years ago? I can't remember.
We met, oh my God, for my laughing lunch.
Oh, that's it.
Like 5 years ago. You did my first laughing lunch.
Oh my God. She has this funny, you have to tell them the concept. Because
it was just, I figured instead of dragging my friends downtown at night, they all were moms with families. I said I'd bring comedy to them during the day when they were free because their kids were all at school. So I did laughing lunches in restaurants in the upper areas of Manhattan. And I did it for like about 2 years.
Yeah.
I had all women comedians, an all women audience. And it was
she charged a lot of money, which
good.
Yeah, like she even paid us, but I forget, did they get lunch or not? I can't remember.
Yeah, they had lunch, and you got lunch, and
I did. I remember I got lunch. I didn't know if they got lunch.
And it was a lot of fun.
But sometimes they just pay you in lunch, but Felicia actually gives you lunch and pays you, which is a concept. Yeah. We're trying to spread it, But anyway, how's West Side Comedy Club doing? What have they gone on?
At the moment, not so well.
Yeah.
No, they're doing good, and we brought almost all their shows online. So great. I've been really busy because I'm now producing them, promoting them, running them. But I get to do it all from the comfort of my own home, so that's good.
That's good. But are you Upper East or West Side? I can't remember.
Well, the club's Upper West. I'm Upper East.
That's it. Okay. It's a bi-coastal.
I get my visa to go back and forth.
Yes, I know. I know were happy that they finished the subway line on the east side. Wasn't that right?
That made it very easy for us to get down to the village.
Ah, okay.
So that was good. That
Which
was
is
good.
important. Oh, and I forgot to tell another big Felicia credit is she and her friend Nancy Tepper have a wonderful podcast called MT Nesters. Empty Nesters.
Right.
Oh, cute.
Yeah,
Oh, no, it's-
we're doing panel discussions now on a format where we are talking to people about all the issues that they might be facing during COVID-19.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
idea. So today, because Felicia is a parenting expert, no, I'm sorry, none of us are.
Don't talk to my kids about that.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, do you want to tell us anything about parenting? Yeah.
Well, first we'll talk about, I'm now parenting my mother, which is interesting.
Oh boy.
But
Oh,
just
yeah.
to get back to the New York Times article, it's really funny because it came out and I didn't tell her about it because obviously, I learned my lesson. If you don't want something written in the paper, you shouldn't say it. And I said that joke, not thinking it would be like
Oh my God.
the first sentence.
And it was the first.
My mom's a prude. I knew she was going to be like mortified if she saw that quote, but someone sent it to her. And so I had to like tell her. So it was like really, but yeah, I'm parenting my mom now. I can tell her
You
not
had
to
to
go
tell your
out.
mom that you have sex with your husband?
No.
Just had that talk too, and it was really uncomfortable. Yeah,
I don't have sex with my husband.
I don't either.
Hey,
Oh, we're gonna get really honest here? Okay.
Kathy, I couldn't hear you.
I said we're gonna get really honest here? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
did you hear that like COVID-19 is a lot of stress and you have no interest in sex when that happens?
No.
I know, there was an article about, they're going to sell more baby clothes and baby carriages, and I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Nobody I know
Gross.
is jumping.
Now there's going to be a lot of knee and hip surgeries after this.
I think exactly.
Sciatica.
Yeah, everyone's just like walking.
Yeah.
Oh, that is
Way.
so true. Well, listen, so just tell us a little bit more about your family.
Oh, do I have to? No.
Yeah, but I'll make the other girls take turns too.
Well,
Right,
you know,
right.
I am very, it is great. I do have them all together here in the house, which is good and bad. But because they're all, as of September, they're all scattering and leaving. My son's moving to Seattle. My daughter's going to Texas for college. And my oldest one's hopefully moving into her own apartment. So it's been kind of nice, but girls are, I always say the problem with having girls in quarantine is having daughters. They're just like, it's like walking on eggshells. I never know if they're going to be in a good mood, a bad mood, what's going on. My son, he's great. Doesn't matter. No matter what happens, he's great. Boys are great. I highly recommend boys.
Oh, Christine had one go in and out already, cycle in
Yeah.
and cycle out, right? They drove her back to New York. That's how desperate she was.
The height of the curve.
You drove them back?
I drove my middle daughter Ryan lives in the East Village, and I drove her home in the height of the curve because we had fucking enough.
Girls are tough. They're like tough.
I always say I think boys are crazy from 0 to 10. And after that, teenagers, give me a boy any day because
Yep.
girls
I
are
agree.
complicated.
Yeah, well, I talk about how, I'm trying to get my oldest daughter married. So she's working on this dating app called Bumble where she picks the guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm like, pick a guy. She can't pick a melon. So I'm creating an app where I get to pick the guy and I'm going to call it Momble.
I like it.
But
Okay.
but for my son, that one's going to be called Forever Mine.
Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. I totally agree.
I'm keeping my son. My girls, like I always say, God bless the guys that marry my daughters, but there's no one out there good enough for my son.
Oh.
Same.
Okay, Kathy, you have daughters. What do you think?
Mhm. I completely agree with all of that. I just kind of avoid them at this point. Like I loved having girls, especially when they were younger, because they do all this imaginary play. But then when you started listening to the imaginary play, they're just like playing out all the things that you're trying to hide. Do you know what I mean?
Tell Felicia how many sisters you have.
I have 5 sisters.
She's a professional.
Yeah, so it kind of comes around. So then you have that period of time, Felicia, where we're in, where it's like, please leave us alone. But then when you get older, they become like a village, you know, just do everything's like glued together.
Yeah, my two daughters are very close, so they pick on me.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Mine too.
Oh, yeah, they gang up on you.
That's the thing. Yes, that's the thing. They team up.
Yeah.
Oh, I never thought of that one.
Yeah, I mean, I have two brothers, and I always thought I always just wanted one daughter because I'm very close with my mom because of that. But I was really nervous about the two of them. But it's nice; they have a really close relationship.
I really wanted girls too, and
Yeah.
Todd.
You've all boys, though, right?
Yeah, Todd was supposed to be Kate, and Mac was supposed to be. I had no runner-up name. My husband said, "How about Todd?" And I'm there like, "I'm from Boston. I can't even. What am I going to say, Todd?" And then,
Todd. It's Todd.
Dad.
Todd.
what? See?
Todd.
I was like, my mouth was hurting from it. And then he said, "But my grandmother's name was Susan Todd Horton." I'm there. I'll learn to say it. Okay. Todd.
I love it. Pretty.
And then
I love
My
that.
other son, Mac, is named after my Irish grandmother, Bridget McDonald. Although
Love it.
sometimes I like to call him Bridget. Sorry, it's a little joke I enjoy. Okay.
Yeah, my husband has two brothers, and he sits in our house sometimes with the girls, and he's like, never in my life did I experience this. Either the conversations or the getting ready or the tantrums or it's just.
I actually think that kids are lucky who have opposite sex siblings.
Right.
It breaks them in. They know, like my boys have no idea what's coming.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And when they're just girls, they have no idea what's
Yeah.
coming, you know.
That's so true.
Yeah.
And so you have a mix, Christine, you know, so
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yep, that worked out well.
That worked out well. And then
Yeah.
Kelly has a stepson.
Yeah, I
So
didn't
what's-
want either sex. I got a buy one, get one situation. So yeah, and he's almost 15, and yeah, he's built for this. Like he's so easy. Like you're
Yeah.
right. Like
Boys are easy.
I adore him.
They're very, they epitomize the expression ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's funny to hear you say that no girl will be good enough for him, because my poor guy, I swear, he's like, he hasn't had a girlfriend to my knowledge. And I'm like, well, I mean, maybe just one, just one girlfriend, just first or second base, like nothing crazy. Poor thing. And that's because I'm not his birth mother. I didn't carry him. I'm like,
So you could be the cool mom.
we got to get this kid some kid action.
Yeah, I wanted my son to have a girlfriend. I was talking to my friend, and then she's like, "Why do you want him to have a girlfriend? I'll get married and leave." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay,
That's how that
Get the
oh,
girlfriend.
girlfriend's fine."
Yeah.
I remember my boys were teddy bears when they were little, and about, like hold on to my leg, right? And I was just everything. And the, hang on my word, just wanted to be with me. And then about 7th grade, it was like the sign went up on the door, do not enter.
Mhm.
And that was over. And they didn't want to hear from me after that. I mean, now they talk to me again. And I love their girlfriends. I'm dying to be a mother-in-law. I'm going to be a very good mother-in-law because
You will be.
I
Yeah,
think
you
so.
will be.
fill in the blank for the rest. Wow.
No, there's no such thing as a very good mother-in-law.
I am so
Fair.
grateful. Like I can talk to these girls. They're wonderful. They're just, oh my God, they're like so much fun. Like they
As
talk.
much as you like them though, Jane, there
Yeah.
will be that thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I'm adorable, but there's that thing about me.
Yeah.
You put the finger on, but it's like, huh.
If I know that one of
They'll
these
love you
ladies-
if you. They'll love you if you keep your mouth shut, which I don't think is gonna
Yeah.
happen.
and that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I do know that
Right.
one of the young ladies, her mom watches the show and said, because it's kind of nice way to get to know Jane. And they're like, uh-oh. I said to my son, you might want to discourage this because I think it's best if people get to know me slowly, just 1 week at a time,
Like an onion.
yeah. And then to know me is to love me, but right away, I wouldn't want to go straight to Jane.
I would.
Oh, well, you're the
Aw.
best,
Aw.
Christine. This is
I like
why
that
I
we have it
Again,
recorded.
Jane.
I like that we have it recorded so Jane will go back in a couple years and be like, what was I saying?
Yeah.
I have the best mother-in-law. I mean, she's easy, she's great, and I have broken her. Broke her. She's so nice
Oh.
there and she's a saint, but every now and then I can break her.
any techniques you want to share? I'm a little scared to ask.
Jane, you know, because you're Irish Catholic, it's just that passive aggressiveness, but you got to be consistent and you have to stay with it.
You got to
Stay with it. Even on the days you're feeling good, no, stay with it. Stay with it. Be a victim.
My sister said to me, Jane, you suck up to your mother-in-law too much. They'll stop. It's unbecoming the way you're so nice to her. But you know, actually with my mother-in-law, we really started getting along when she got cancer. And I don't know, boys maybe don't speak cancer so well, or I don't know what it was.
I agree with that.
And I got her a lavender robe that she wears to this day. I mean, 2 Christmases ago, I got her the replacement for the lavender robe that she won't wear. But actually, she was funny.
Oh,
The last time she was at Yale New Haven Hospital, what happened? I went to see her. She broke her hip, the classic. And she said, Janie, I hate my roommate. And then, I don't know why. I don't have any grandmas living, so she's grandma. And she's my boy's grandma. So I said, why? She said, I can't even talk to her. And I said, why not? She said, she's in a coma. She's in a coma, Jane, and she has
The
the
nerve.
window.
the nerve.
I love you, Grandma. Oh my God.
That's legit.
In my brain, I immediately thought you were going to tell this story differently. Like, I hate my roommate. Oh, do you want me to kill her? That's what I thought you were going to say.
This is why you're going to be a good daughter-in-law.
I'm a pretty good daughter-in-law.
I bet.
I mean, I wouldn't kill for her, but my parents love
You'd kill her.
never. My parents love my husband. So you're right, Felicia, what you're saying, because my mom and dad think my husband is like the second coming. They're like, he's so, I mean, it would take a lot to love you. So he must be a really good man. Like, I'm not lying. These are quotes. These are quotes from my own parents. But you're right. Mother-in-laws it's mothers with their sons. There's a thing there where it's like, my mother-in-law and I have a great relationship. She's funny and lovely and like such a spitfire. But I know deep down, she's like, you could be taller. Could be thinner. You got a weird tooth. Let's be honest.
I did learn you should never criticize their mother.
Oh,
Whispering
no.
behind those
No,
boxes.
they don't like that. Well, I remember my mother-in-law always used to say to me, she wants me to talk to her like I would talk to my mom. And then one day I told her off and she got really mad at me. And I'm like, you told me to talk to you like I would talk to my mom.
Right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Like I tell my mom when she's pissing me off, like, stop it. They don't want to hear it.
No.
My only complaint about my mother-in-law is that she's funnier than me.
Ah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, that would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd
she's
be a
got to
good
pull
show.
back on
I
that.
remind her, you can't be funnier than me.
There's only one comedian in this house.
Exactly.
Does anyone else, people ever say to your husband, oh, you must just laugh all the time?
Yep.
Oh, I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I remember early on, Ken was traveling as he did a lot. And he came home from Germany and I'm trying out some jokes on him. And he's got his head back on the couch and his eyes are closing. And I'm thinking, he is not the best audience. And then another time he was trying to help me and he brought a German client to Stand Up New York. And I'm like, I know they speak English, honey, but I don't think that Oscar had a really good time. You know? It's like,
You're lucky your husband listens to your jokes.
I don't, not, I do, yeah, no, he's right below me, or I would say things like, I mean,
Lucky
Jimmy's
you.
Jimmy's out of the house, right? Christine's husband is out of the house now, right?
He is he's doing his civic duty today. He's working today.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm. He's
a
working.
firefighter, Felicia, over in
Oh.
Randolph. Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
That's where my
Mhm.
dentist used to be. Deputy chief, baby.
Deputy chief, that's him, Jimmy Hurley.
And he's
He's
the
the
manager of the Christine Hurley. But anyway,
Mhm.
back to parenting. What else do we want to say? How about
Well, Christina's talking about so.
Kelly, what was the first time like when you met Eric's son? I mean, that would be interesting.
So it felt like I was going on a date with an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
Because we did an activity. I'd read all these books because I was like, oh shit, I don't know how to do this, so I should read up on it. What I'm realizing now is that I did more prep than most birth mothers. I was like reading books, and I was like, it says we should have an activity, so we went and we picked out pumpkins, and then we carved them. And
Wow.
yeah, and then we all did that together, and then he and I went in the house and we made cookies together, and he was wicked cute. He's like super cute, and still is. And when we were doing this stuff, like mixing up the ingredients, he was making a mess, right? Like a wicked mess, and I don't love messes. And I was like, gently, like just do it gently, like mix it gently. And he's like, Cal, I'm 8. I don't do gently. It's like, I fucking
So
love
sweet.
you. You're great.
Yeah.
It was good ever since then. Yeah.
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 I have a question for Felicia because she has 2 girls as well. Do you find that one of your girls has like the same personality as your husband?
Yeah, well, one
Oh
of
my
them's just
God.
like me, and I can't stand her.
Don't tell me.
And the other one's just like my husband, and I love her.
Oh, that's sweet. That's
Yeah, I
sweet.
wonder about that because I have one like that too, and I noticed it early on, and I'm like, I'm not going to parent that out of her. And the other
Right.
day, I heard her saying to him, "Why are you being such a little bitch about the game Clue?"
It's funny how it's surprising how they're so different, and it surprises us because I'm so different from my brothers. But for some reason, we think we're going to do it better and differently, and they're all going to be really great,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not.
But they really are different. I went to a women's college like Kathy, and I thought it was all socialization, that makes girls girls. No, we give our kids we give the little girls a football, and then I gave my boys Barbie dolls, and they stab each other. So
Exactly.
it's not socialization. It's just in the genes. It's
Right.
I don't know how to. But kids are good for fixing your computer.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, Christine, they go, no, Felicia, why?
They don't help me. They look at me like, first of all, I'm like, I'm like more sophisticated with them with the computer and stuff. They come to me, but no, they don't help me with anything. I'm kidding. I just birthed them. They don't have to do anything for me.
Do they have chores? Like, do
Yeah.
you make your kids do chores?
Chores, allowance.
It's not.
We're looking
fair
at you,
anymore.
Felicia.
I was raised. I didn't have a lot of money growing up, and I had to work, and I had to do a lot of stuff, and I hated it.
Preach.
Yeah, and so I had the philosophy with my kids, like, enjoy your life. Don't worry about it. Go, whatever. And then when it came time for my daughter to work on her resume, I was like,
Special skills.
a little bit of
Receives
a
breakfast in
problem
bed.
here.
Yeah.
But no, they've actually been really, I will say this is, they've been really good now around the house.
It's hard once they've left the house and when they come back, because it's like they're not used to rules anymore.
Yeah, they're basically slobs.
Well, I also, I
And
wouldn't.
once they leave and come back, the rules are out the window. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
That's-
really, it's really hard, but
Well, it's sort of interesting in the house. I was talking to someone. Our house has become like a mini office. It's like the kitchen is where everyone meets, like in your office meeting room, the kitchen, and we all go to our rooms, and we all come back and meet in the kitchen, and then we all go to our room, and they disappear into their rooms and like do their stuff.
have you got enough broadband? For everybody?
Yeah, I almost didn't think we were going to survive coronavirus when our Wi-Fi went out.
Oh,
That almost did us in, but it's so far, knock on wood, it's all been working. There was a tense moment there when it went out for a few hours.
We had the same thing happen. It's my stepson never curses in front of us ever. And it's the first time his father and I heard him go, if we lose this Wi-Fi, I'm going to lose my shit. And I was like, that's the right response in this situation.
In this situation,
Now, please put your
it's
fucking
amazing how
dishes
addicted we
in
are
the
to it.
dishwasher. Yeah.
extenuating circumstances.
Did you say dishwasher?
There's, yeah, I
I can't stand. Like if I have to empty my dishwasher one more time,
I just emptied it. I just emptied it before the show. We're two people. And who's making all the.
But how many times do you look in the dishwasher and you're like, is this clean or dirty?
Oh, every time. Every time.
I mean,
because they leave the clean ones in there and put the dirty in there. They're
I need a sign. There needs to be like a sign.
Yeah.
there's a video that I actually just shared it on Facebook yesterday. It's a video that this woman made, and it's a tutorial about how to put stuff in the dishwasher. And she's like, when you have a glass, there's so many things you could do with it. A couple of the things you could do is you could put it in the sink, or you could extend your arm out and put it in the dish. And I was like, this is my life. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty even tempered. Yesterday I lost it though. I had been on calls all day. I had to pee, and I went in the bathroom, and the toilet paper roll was just hanging there as a toilet paper roll. And I ripped it off there, and I was like, who did this? Who did this? And they both were like, Mercat. Like,
There's only one person in my house who changes the toilet paper.
yeah.
And you're looking at her.
Right.
I don't know what it is.
every house.
But we
Everything-
use a lot more.
everything
So
like that.
Sure, you have a lot of people.
I
But
bet
My kids know they're in trouble when they hear me be like, why does God hate me?
Actually,
Anything.
my kids hate it when I say, oh God, it's left over from Spellman days. Christine, I can't get rid of it. I just say, well, what is it? It's about God. God isn't going to like that. Or so he doesn't care, he's not monitoring and I still
He's
say
busy.
it like,
He does. I'm a
But he's
victim.
looking.
It's about me.
really don't know how to get rid of that. Just, and then does anybody else? Okay. So I'll put everything in the dishwasher and then he'll rearrange them. And then,
Oh,
like the dog you take back to smell the poop, he takes me back to the dishwasher and suggests there are rules. I just got to tell you a lot of rules in this.
I would shave his head in his sleep. My husband tried to tell me how to load the dishwasher. I would be like, okay, you got it.
They put the cutting board side by side, and I'm there, honey, how is the water going to get in between if it's
Well,
yesterday's? Go ahead.
Men, like when they do something in the house, they feel like they deserve a reward.
Oh
like,
yeah. Oh, give him
Like,
a treat.
like I've been doing that every day for the past 20 years.
Yeah.
Where are my awards?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, the coaching tips that I have gotten in the last month, if I knew this 15 years ago, right?
Oh, yeah.
You
I
would have
say-
been a better homemaker, Kath.
Oh,
To be honest.
No, I said day one, I said, we will not survive this if we tell each other to do things.
Right.
Not happening. You want it done? I learned early on, like it used to, like certain things used to bother me, and I used to get in fights.
Put it
And
in
then
a
I
bubble and
realized,
blow
like,
it away.
He used to leave his drawers open all the time, and it used to bother me. And then when I told him, he would tell me something, and we'd be in the big fight. So I figured out now I just close the drawer.
You go.
Mhm. Yeah.
I leave
Yeah.
the drawer. I would just leave the drawer. That when Ken first started working from home, I've been doing laundry for 40 effing years, right? So he said, Jane, you separate the lights from the darks. Thank you for clearing up that mystery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
My
yeah,
thing,
go ahead.
my thing was always like he'd put a glass right next to the sink,
Yes.
and it used to drive me crazy. Now it's like we have a shrine. Like everybody's glass is there now. I'm just leaving it. I'm just
I told my kids that if I was gonna take their dirty dishes and put it in their bed.
Oh,
Oh, bravo.
That's a
That's
very good
parenting.
idea.
That's the way to do it.
That's
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
good on you. Well, you got any more tips, Felicia? That's excellent.
The toilet paper thing's not usually a problem for us anymore because the first time it happened, I was like, oh, what a fun mom thing. I'm a mom now. And then the 20th time it happened, I walked in his room and said, I just have a question for you. How do you time your shits to the exact end of the toilet paper? How are you doing that? I'm curious. That's never happened to me before. So
I used to take another roll of toilet paper in and use it, and just so they would go in there and have no toilet paper.
Yes.
And they still wouldn't change it.
Oh
no,
no, like you'd
I'm
put
like,
the
so-
roll behind on the tank.
Yeah.
yeah.
They couldn't-
Or I'd have it in the cabinet and take it
Yeah.
out. See if they would
No,
actually.
there's no
change
way
it.
to transfer it to
Yeah.
them. You know,
What's
Then
your
they
end
think-
game?
But in their pea brain minds, they might change it like once a month, and when they do, they think that
it's
they're
covered.
the only one that
Yeah.
did it.
Right.
Mhm.
okay,
Like,
so
oh, this
used-
gets changed once a month, and I do it every month.
Right.
okay, so do you put it? Does the toilet sheet go over or under? I used to do it under. I've been corrected too many times. I just give up. It's coming in over now.
It's
The way
over,
you.
and I only know that because someone posted on Facebook about how annoyed they were that their wife changed the toilet paper roll and it was under.
Oh,
And I couldn't figure out why he was upset. I'm like, your wife changed the toilet paper roll.
I-
yeah,
What are you
exactly.
complaining about?
Right.
Yeah, pick your battles.
I'm an over.
That's what they. I don't.
I've
I
been
don't care.
coming over, but I'm really an under.
I think I might be an under.
Thank you,
never thought
Christine.
about it.
I know in the hotels it's over with like a little pretty like
Right.
design.
Oh,
And they,
then maybe I should change. If it's in, if those are professionals.
Yeah,
I
you
will-
need to
I
know how
will
to origami.
Yeah, yeah. I won't.
I'm not
do you-
using it unless it's a dove.
Now that some of you
Oh.
kids are home, although in my case, I think they'd rather die than come back and live at home.
oh, no way.
But that's all right. No, we talk to them. But what they do every time they visit us is they go through the fridge and they throw out the
Yeah.
expired Smuckers, my shrimp cocktail sauce. Their mommy, you're trying to kill us. And I'm there. If I were trying to kill you, you'd be dead by now. You know,
I
but
just
like
can't believe
always they sort through the pantry. They
really.
sort through. I finally sent. There was an article in the Times in the last 2 weeks, and it said about how these are suggestions. You know, it's not the law. But I, as much as I like their girlfriends, they seem to enjoy doing it together. Look at this. Can you believe? Look at these. Okay, I will say one time the eggs were from the year before, but we don't eat eggs. But I like to
They
grind.
didn't hatch, so they're still good, right? I can't believe how much food I'm going through.
Oh yeah.
It's
boy.
like
Well,
5
boys are
people at the
vacuum
house,
cleaners.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I feel like I'm going, and I go to the grocery store and I stock up because I don't like going to the grocery store because I don't want to be outside. So I'm like,
Right.
this is going to last a month. And like 3 days later, we're out of food.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's actually Ken and I fight over who gets to go to the supermarket, and he got to go today. There was no Diet Coke. Now I'm
No way.
desperate times, Christine.
Oh,
Wow.
Guess
dang.
who's going out
I
tomorrow?
was shocked at that.
Thing.
You should be drinking that, Jane. It's not
I
good
know,
for
I know.
you.
I'm trying to get on Hint. Can you see this? I'm trying to.
No.
I'm really trying. I keep it
No,
on my
yeah.
desk so that I'll drink it, and it's delicious. But at some point, I gotta think, and that's the caffeine. I don't drink coffee.
My daughters drink so much water that this generation,
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I had to get a whole extra garbage just for their bottles of water. I finally got a purifier, but like I do this joke on stage where it's like this generation, like we took 2 sips of water out of a water fountain, right? And we were
Yeah.
like fine all day.
Yeah.
Right.
This is why this generation is so fluid.
They're
Yeah.
gonna float away. They're gonna float away.
Just drink it. I mean,
Right.
like big jugs of water. Like they all of them walk around with them. Like they're gonna be
And they
like.
must have the water
in a
with them at
desert.
all times, right?
Mhm.
I don't get it. I could go all day without drinking water.
Me
I don't
too.
remember being thirsty as a child.
I
Yeah.
feel hungry.
I don't. And we drank milk. Like
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
I love
oh,
milk.
big glass of that makes me want to throw up now when I think
Oh,
about
I
it.
still
I'm like,
milk. I still like milk.
ugh.
Just
Yeah,
for
I
breakfast.
never thought, oh my God, I need to carry water with me just in case.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah.
And now my bladder can't even handle a sip, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, hello. I
We
got,
didn't even
I got that.
question water. We didn't even question water back then too. It was like, oh, it's just what are you
Yeah.
gonna do? Right? Wasn't even oh,
Ugh.
Losing her a little.
okay, I really made that come down. Sorry.
Anyway, any last parenting tips? Because we got to go, kids.
Last parenting tips, don't have them.
Nope. Wow.
Get them when
That's a
they're
good
half
one to
done.
end
You
on.
almost escaped, Kelly.
I know. Get them when they're half done. That's my advice.
That's okay. We
Yeah.
can't. Can anybody top that? I cannot top that.
Nope.
Kids these days aren't, young adults are not having children. They don't want them.
No.
Do you blame
I was
them?
before my time.
Yeah, you were.
I was talking to this one comedian and she's been living with her boyfriend and I said, are you gonna get married? She's like, I make more money than him. I don't want children. Why would I marry him? And I'm like,
Exactly. She's brilliant.
Yeah, but you want
I
someone
can't
to
think of one
visit.
reason.
You want someone to visit you in the nursing home, or
Yeah, my
Okay,
kids are not. For the amount of money I spend on my kids, if I could have had like 7 men fanning me and feeding me great. My kids are putting me in the nursing home. They're not visiting me.
Well, we want to say thank you to all the children who contributed to today's episode.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. We had fun.
Bye.
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 Nice meeting
Nice
you.
meeting you.